Alright, shalom everybody. So in this video what we're going to deal with is in our animation editor, I'm going to teach you guys how to deal with SetKey, FreeKey, PlantKey. Alright, so let's call it set, free, plant. This is basically a throwaway file. I have no intention of keeping this file. Okay, all I want to do is show you guys how to deal with the SetKey, FreeKey, SlideKey. Okay. It's tricky. Haha, like that one. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our motion panel. We're going to come down to key info and we're going to open up this this tab. And here it is. Set planted key, set sliding key, set free key. Now, the objective of this video is to demonstrate how when you put a foot down, it locks. And so if I take If I like initiate, let's say I have a brand new biped and I unlock this character. If I move him down on his route, his feet go through the ground, right? So what I want to do is I want to initiate a lockdown for these feet. Okay, this is what we call inverse kinematics. In Maya, there's a whole scripting thing you have to deal with. In 3D Max, it's built in. Okay, so if I come over here to set sliding key, I'm locking the feet down. So this way, if I rotate, if I move and translate, see now I have FK happening on this lock. Okay, IK is now if I take this foot and go like this. But you'll notice I have no platform underneath his feet to set and initiate whether it's IK or FK. I don't need any of that. I don't even have swivels in my knees to have to designate which direction that the knee has to point to do a look at. And so to make sure that the pole vectors are facing the right direction. It's quite ridiculous. Okay, so let's continue talking. So this slide key is allowing me to move up and down. Okay, so now what happens if I want to take a step forward? Okay, so let's move over here to frame 10. All right, so if I want to move my foot, and I'm going to use the blue foot to pivot off of. So I want to go ahead and move him in stride. I don't know who these people are. I'm also going to rotate over here, like so. Okay. Now I need to be able to move this foot on my A pose. Oh, this is new. Oh, if my trajectory's on, that's why. Okay. But I also need to rotate his foot backwards. So part of the IK system, right, or this IK system here, okay, you can set the pivot point of the foot. So if I zoom in, you'll notice there's a little red dot down here. It corresponds with the little red dots over here. Now if I turn my foot this way like this, you'll see this red dot move. Watch. See, it moved over here, and it moved over here, it moved back over here, moved over here, move back over here, and this one's the ankle bone right over here, and then this is the toe, which is over here at the toe, at the end of the toe. Okay, the very tippy toes. Typically this is default. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to move my pivot point to the back of the foot so I can do one of these guys. Okay, so now if I hit F3, go to the left view, you can see I have my A-frame happening. Now in this video, I am not concerned about a proper walk cycle. This is not the demonstration of this video. It's to demonstrate how you deal with moving the feet. Okay, so this is a slide key. This is a slide key, right? Now, technically, on frame 10, what I should be doing is I need to be looking at the plant key. So if I press this, the foot will have snapped to this keyframe's location. Watch this. Let's make it free, okay? And I'm going to move it here. Let's say I screwed up and I put it over there for some reason. If I hit this plant key button, it snaps. Where is it snapping to? This position right here, this toe, this red bone, in XYZ space, it's looking for your XYZ location. And it's snapping to that point in space from this keyframe's position. This keyframe is looking at this frame. Got it? Okay. So once you set your plant key, you can tell by one is yellow, one is orange, and this one over here, if I make it a free key, okay, if I make it free, there's no red dot on his foot anywhere, and plus the frame turned black. See that? It's black right there. And the reason why these are yellow and not orange is because I only have a sliding key here. I have a sliding key here. Okay? So, this over here. I set my slide key, set my plant key, then I turn it into a slide key. I went from plant to slide. Now, it will kick out some errors to you every once in a while if you use plant key too many times. At least the older versions of Max did, so I just never deal with it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transition from our A pose to our figure 4. Okay, so at this point, we're transferring weight from this foot, from this foot over to this foot. So let's make it flat. We're going to go ahead and hit, plant key. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. So it found the position. It's going to go ahead and push it straight down. And the reason why it's hyperextending like this is because the root bone is too far away. So we'll just go ahead and move it over somewhere around here. Okay. Actually move it down a little bit more. And then we'll snap it again. We'll hit the plant key button. Ooh, is that right? It is totally right. So we're going to move it down a little lower. And so this way when we rotate, see actually what happened, just to inform you, because this plant key button is on, it actually adjusted my position for me automatically. I don't have to re-pull it down. It just went to wherever that location was, just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a free key here. I'm going to rotate this like so, and set a passing frame. I also call this the figure 4, okay, because it's a backwards 4. Okay. All right, and then so let's see what's happening, and loop. So it's taking 10 frames to do this little rotation like this. I like to do that within 3. Okay, you put his foot down, he's there. And then so what I'll do is I'll set this now to a slide key, and I'll set this to a slide key. Just like that. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll take the legs from this position. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit more believable. How about that? So I set plant key, which is over here, so then slide, and then plant over here, and slide, and just move this forward. And then just to let you know, this blue foot, this back blue foot, it's actually going to push off a bit, so I'm going to use another set planted key, and hit slide, and then just push off a little bit like this. Well, let's just go with that. Let's see what happens. Let's see, it's too hyperextended, so let's go with that. Now this knee might be up too high, so let's go ahead and pull it down a little lower. Okay, so let's take his legs over here, and I'm going to hit the copy button. I'm going to move it to frame 30 and paste opposite. Okay, and I'm pasting opposite. Automatically it sets it to free keys, but I'm just going to hit it anyways. Just going to come over here, hit set free key, select opposite, set free key, and I'm going to move him forward. Where am I going to move him to? Okay, now this is a little trick I picked up on trying to judge distance. You know, frame 30, you know, you've got a distance between here and here, right? So watch this. A little trick without having to do the math. Tools, snapshot. And okay, and then we'll do it again. See this little dot? So we're going to do tools, snapshot. Okay, so now I got 2 little dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to group them. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the pivot point. So if I do group open, I'm going to set the pivot point of this group to this dot. Target X, Y, Z, just like that. Pivot to pivot. I don't need to worry about my locals. Oh, it didn't move. Why aren't you moving? Go over there. Oh, silly me. Apparently I had 2 objects selected. Let's try that again. What is happening? Effect pivot. Move here. Yo, this is weird. Oh, it's doing that bug thing again. Let's do this. Group close. Group explode. Let's go ahead and reset for this X form. Okay, let's try this again. Group. Okay. Group open. Bounding box. If this pivot doesn't move, which it should. Yeah, so that means I got to do a different way. Group close, group explode. Look, just because the program's experiencing a bug doesn't mean I'm not going to try and deal with it another way. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to link it to this like this. Now I'm going to take both. I'm going to shift drag it like this. So now what I can do is I can take this and align on X-axis, and it's going to move this guy with it. Perfect. So now I know the distance from here to here is the same distance from here to here. Okay. Not only that, but I also know that the height is correct. So it's low here, so he's dropping down. He's raising up. And now he's going to drop down again. So as a matter of fact, if I just take this like this, and I do mirror. Oh, if I group it, how about if I do that? Group. Tools group. Hit OK. And I mirror this on the X-axis, Y-axis. Just like that. So there's my down position again. All I did was mirror it, but I'm not going to do it as a copy. I'm going to do it as a no copy, no clone. So now what I can do is I can select the root bone to this guy. I can come over here to frame 30, and I know the distance. I know where he's going to travel to. I know exactly where he needs to be. Not only do I know where the forward motion is, but I'm going to know the up and down. So I can just align him directly to that, and I can do X, Y, and Z. And now I know he's walking in the correct distance. All right, no math involved. Did it all by itself, which is what it's supposed to do, you know. And then so I'll need to do that again over here at frame 40. So what I can do is I can just do this. Copy, group, sure, why not? And then I can just do a vertex snap. This is another way of doing it, just like that, right? And then I can just select all of it, make sure it's all an exploded group, just like that. So now they're each in a position. Yeah, I've got doubles on top. I don't care. I'm going to delete them all anyways. Okay, so that means at frame 30 he's here, and at frame 40 he's got to move again. So let's go ahead and grab his root bone, frame 40. And we're going to move him over here. Okay, so that means at frame 50, if I need him again, he's going to move over here. All right, whoops. Just like that. So now he's going to move. His legs aren't going to move, but now he's going to move forward through space and time. Nice and evenly. Nice and evenly. Nice gait. G-A-I-T, a nice gait. Okay, so let's go ahead and match his A frame, or his figure 4 frame. So let's get that in here. Okay, let's go ahead and hit copy. So we're going to move over to frame 40 and paste opposite. Now look at that funky thing when I hit paste. Just do it again. Just paste it again. Oh, goodness. Let's unlock the feet. Unlock, mirror over, unlock, paste opposite. What is happening? Oh, something tells me this thing is going to crash. Oh, I didn't grab the calf. Goofball. Thought I grabbed it. So let's delete that. Copy. Go to frame 40, paste opposite. There we go, that worked. So now if we go like this, 1, 2, see? And is the first frame the last frame, so we got to get that gate. So that means that frame 50, frame 10 has to be the same. And I just noticed that I didn't grab the thigh. So we're going to copy this again, paste that at frame 40, paste opposite, there we go. We're going to grab frame 10, hit copy, go to frame 50, paste opposite. So now we have a walking loop, okay? So boom, boom. Now see how his feet are going to slide? What the heck? Green foot forward? Oh, I hit paste opposite, not paste, my bad. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Okay, so his feet are sliding, especially at green foot. It's doing some funky business. So what we can do is, because we have this yellow slide on, we can hit plant. See how it moved down? And the reason why is because the pivot point changed. We don't want it to the pivot point of where the ankle was, or where the pivot point of the heel is. We want to change it to the toe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the pivot point. I hit the slide key button, change it to the toe, but I'm also going to hit plant. Okay, so it was trying to match the plant up before. So now you guys understand like what it is I'm actually trying to do here. So this is good. Let's transfer the weight to the front of the toe now, because it was on the heel. It was on the heel here. Now it's to the toe. Now we're going to slide. So let's plant it. There we go. I hit slide. So now what's it going to do? See? That's good. It's actually doing exactly what we want it to do. Juicy. Love it. Okay. Same thing over here. So it takes, too many frames to get over there. So we're just going to copy this over like this. But I forgot we got to set our slide key first. Move it over here. Set our slide key here. Let's move it back over here. Just like this. Okay, and that means it's going to have to push off. We're going to have to hit the slide key here. And we're also going to have to check. Is it moving? See, it's still sliding. The reason is because we have to hit plant and then slide. So let's check it. How are we doing here? There we go. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much how it's PlantKey and SlideKey. Use PlantKey sparingly. PlantKey should just find your location, just switch it to SlideKey. Okay. Now I got a little bit of bobble happening in the foot, and that can be fixed with some continuity. But honestly, I don't really care about that right now. All of this video was trying to show you how to do is deal with the sets PlantKey, set SlideKey, set FreeKey. Okay? So, post your questions below. Let me know what you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and delete this out. Okay? And, that's the basics of doing this, and it actually works out really well. And I hope to hear from you again. Shalom, shalom.